I think it helps me listen to my intuition a little bit better too.
But because, again, you've blocked out all the outside noise and you're able to see the shit that's right in front of you. The shit is always right in front of us. We're just too blind to see it because we're so distracted by all this other stuff. That's why I love weed.
Well, hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Cassie.
Hello, creepy people.
Hello.
This is P&W, Haunts and Homicides, where me and Caitlin, normally chat about true crime, the paranormal, and all things creepy in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes. And we do a tarot reading at the end of every episode for deeper insight into our topic. So if you're into that, stick around.
But just so you know, in this episode, we aren't going to be a thing.
Oh, no.
We're breaking up just for this one, though.
She's like, you did an episode without me and I can chill.
I was like, look, I have friends too. Let's roll into it.
I love that for you.
You guys might have noticed my co-host isn't here today. She does not partake in the weed, so she is not here to have weed fun with us.
You know what? It's okay because some people can and some people can't. And I just feel so sorry for those people who can't. It's like, man, I just have to be on another level.
It's a lot more fun on this level, for sure.
It is. But this is like normal level. Mm-hmm. Like I start off at zero, like under zero. I need to get to like normal, like level 0.
Yep.
Actually, no, I start off above. I'm sorry. I start off like a crackhead and I have to puff to get to 0. That's what it is. That's my problem.
It calms you down.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It like just makes me present. That's what it does.
That's a good thing to be.
Present's good. Always good.
Well, are you going to be present today for the story that I have for you?
Yes, I'm so excited. I even have my cards right here next to me just in case we get a hankering.
Yes, we definitely have to do tarot because we do tarot in every episode. So we will do that for sure. Okay, so before we get into the story, though, I do want to, let everyone know who you are because the P&W stoners are going to love this one. So today I'm with Shannon. She is a medium, but she's not just any medium. She's the Weedium. Puffs of smoke.
Bong rip.
Yeah. So how long have you been the Weedium?
You know what? Officially with that name, it's been a couple of years, but I've been like this my whole entire life. I've always been different. I guess back in the day, I didn't know this is what it was called because I used to see people that weren't there. But to me, it was just like if we're in a haunted house, I see a ghost. I remember specifically my first like experience was clearly a ghost or a spirit, but it looked like a human, just like if you and I were sitting in the same room.
Oh, man. I've never experienced that in my whole life that I know of.
It's... as a kid, you just know that, man, this is some stranger in my room. And it was a little kid looking around from a little kitchen set that I had, and he wanted to play. And I remember thinking, man, he was this little Asian boy. And I started doing research on that area years later as I got older because I knew I was probably 2 years old in a crib when I saw this little boy, and it scared the shit out of me. Like I screamed. My mom came in. She moved the toy around. Nobody was there. And I found out many years later, this was in Oklahoma. So it was like Lawton, Oklahoma. We lived out on this land. It's like tumbleweeds and it was a development. But all of that used to be, old Native American like reservations, like Indian reservations.
Okay.
So I guess somebody came in, maybe the developers had come in and bought out a lot of the land and developed like real estate and built neighborhoods to house like incoming military families and stuff. So I always knew there was just something weird about that house. And it's almost like I can remember the layout like yesterday. Like I can still walk through this house in my head. And we still own the house. My parents still own the house.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So this is, I grew up in this house like as a child. I mean, my parents were military, so we traveled a lot, but that was like my first real experience. And it was the most traumatic experience I've ever had, because I knew even as a kid, like I said, this was not somebody that was supposed to be there. Fast forward, later years down the road, I kind of suppressed all of that because I grew up in also a very religious family.
That'll do it.
You can't talk about this kind of stuff because, they don't believe in ghosts and those aren't real and what they were taught. And even what I was taught to believe, man, none of that shit's real, man. Like ghosts and spirits are real. A book that tells you they're not real when there are people that can vouch for what I see and what I do, like, dude, there's something real to that. And it's not evil and it's not hurting anyone. If anything, it's healing people. And in the process, it's healing me. And it's helping me to become more human and to be more compassionate, because there were a lot of times in my life where I've had people that have told me, it's like, God, you need to like take a class in sensitivity. Like you're so harsh.
Aww.
I mean, that's probably the Sagittarius in me, because I say what I mean. I mean what I say. But I also realize too, as you get older, you start to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. And I think through this whole experience, something changed in me in 2018 when my grandfather died, really the year before that when my granny died, but something changed where I literally saw the world through different eyes. And I now it's like I can't even have a conversation sometimes without like welling up with tears, or watching a commercial and it's like it hits me in the feels. Yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Everything makes me cry too now, and I hate it. It's the worst.
I know. It's like we can't hide behind this hard exterior anymore once we've kind of crossed over to that other side.
Yeah.
Because you know what is out there, and you know that this is not it. So I live by that, and I know that the people that need me always find me. It's the most humbling gift I think I could have ever. I was going to say ask for, but I didn't ask for this, because sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, let's just fucking be real. But I just realized that, man, I have something that a lot of people don't have. And how can I do this to make, as cheesy as it sounds, what can I do to make this world better? What can I contribute to society, or to, what kind of legacy can I leave behind? I always knew I was going to be destined to help people in some way. I just thought it would be in the arts, which, that's another form of healing. But this thing like took on legs of its own and just completely transformed my life in the last 5 years.
Yeah. It's funny how that happens. You think you have a plan, and then you end up somewhere completely different.
Complete opposite end of where you even envisioned to be. Yeah. And I think that it gets to the point where, and probably you've experienced this too, you just get to the point where, man, like it's easier to just go with the flow than to fight the urge to resist, because clearly somebody bigger than us is guiding us, and they're showing us all of these red flags and situations. But the old us, would choose to try to justify those red flags. At least the old me, I know me, I would try to say, oh, maybe I'm just overthinking, or I'm being too hard. Maybe I'm being too overly, critical. But no, man, I was never wrong. I was wrong for not listening to my gut instinct. That's what I was wrong about. And I think if more people could just relinquish control of trying to control like life, just let go of trying to control shit, and say, okay, I'm just open to let things be what they're supposed to be. Because as soon as you can say that and truly mean it and not give a shit about what anybody thinks, it is so liberating and doors open.
It's very true.
I mean, with you know it. It's manifestation, man. But you have to truly believe it too,
Yeah. I have a couple more questions for you. Is there a difference, using your medium abilities when you're high versus when you're not high?
No. And everybody thinks, oh, you just see shit because you're high or you hear shit. I'm like, no, dude. If I'm needed, I can be stone cold, like no weed at all. No, nothing. Like, I mean, all I do is weed and shrooms anyway.
Yeah.
But like literally nothing. I can be in the grocery store, and if somebody needs me, they're going to give me the information I need right then and there for the person that I'm with.
Perfect.
And it may not make sense right in that moment, but I mean, you know how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It always makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So no, I don't have to be. It just, I think when I do puff, I think it just allows me to shut out all the noise and truly be in the moment and present and able to listen and decipher like what I'm supposed to do, because like my ADHD is everywhere.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the weed, like just, I can literally, I don't have to multitask. I can be focused.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Being.
Like it would make it a little bit easier in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not, you can shut everything off and just be here or there, wherever, in the middle of two worlds, but yeah, it's crazy.
I think it helps me listen to my intuition a little bit better too. So I'm like, oh, everything's a sign when I'm high. Not like I've never seen like a ghost or anything like that, but I'll see, what I think are signs. Like things that are meaningful to me. And I see more of them when I'm stoned, I feel like. Because I'm just like, looking at everything, paying attention to everything.
But because, again, you've blocked out all the outside noise. And you're able to see the shit that's right in front of you. The shit is always right in front of us. We're just too blind to see it because we're so distracted by all this other stuff. That's why I love weed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Get on it, everyone.
Seriously. And I get it. Some people are going to have to like do whatever they got to do to like survive, like medication. I'm not against whatever works for you. I just know that shit did not work for me. If anything, that shit numbed me out to the point where I wasn't able to hone my gifts, and it was easy to suppress shit. But then you just start thinking you're crazy. Mm-hmm. With weed, I just accept the fact that I'm crazy. I don't have to try to justify it.
Yeah, you don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
It's such a great feeling.
It is. It's so freeing. And, it's funny because sometimes, how people pop up now with social media? People pop up from the past. And I'm talking like the past, like the high school past and shit.
Yes.
These people find me and I'm sure they probably think, man, she's still out of her fucking mind. But now it's like on a different level. And I had one girl tell me, she's like, you know what? You were always so carefree and like this free spirit. And I was just like, man, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, because that means right there, like basically that's saying you didn't give a fuck back then and you still don't give a fuck. And then I have people now who are now finding these they're transitioning in their lives in terms of having these crazy spiritual awakenings. I'm talking like near-death experiences and people dying and things transforming them. Like, how this crazy shit happens.
Yeah, I do personally. Yeah,
I know, exactly. So they tell me all this stuff that's happening and I realize it's like, oh my God, because they're in like the thick of it. And when you start to notice like all of this shit happening, I think a lot of these people are able to step back and see shit for what it really is. And also because I'm so high right now, I totally forgot where the fuck we were going with this right now. What the fuck was I
was thinking
saying?
The same thing.
I'm like, shit, man. What was I saying? Oh, hang on. I was thinking about this. Oh, fuck, I don't even remember. All I know is like, dude, smoke weed.
Stoner episode. You know what?
Seriously.
We'll talk about the important things.
They're going to be woven in between like the useless knowledge that we throw out there.
That's okay. They're used to it.
It's all I know is, man, we're here for a reason. But at the same time, none of this shit matters because right now we are not living. This is a fucking dream. And when we die, that's when we're truly awake. That's why I can talk to people on the other side. Like they're just living life on the other side of the curtain. No big deal. Because they fucking are, man. That's why people say we live here in a sim. We're in a fucking game.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Because this is just this rotation. Nothing is original. Everything is a repeat. Yep.
Everyone's just got to play the game. Just play the game.
Just play the game, man, until we get to the other fucking next level, man.
Spin the wheel.
Some people might exactly. Some people were already on like I know for me this is my last earthly life. I'm on the last level. Dude. I'm like at the. I know that. I know for a fact. I've never been this. I have never, dude, I always felt like I was dumber than a box of rocks. Okay. I just did not care about school. I was always smart, but I just didn't want to, I was more worried about like a social life, you know?
Yeah.
Cause I was raised in church and I didn't get to like live life like a normal kid. So I had to do it later in life, but I know this is my last spiritual life because I feel like, or my last earthly life, because I feel like, girl, in the last 5 years, I feel like I've gained lifetimes of knowledge from nowhere and memories that I'm recalling that shouldn't exist because I've never lived them in this life.
Oh, I'm so interested in that. I really want to have an experience where I'm remembering a past life.
God, it's crazy. And chances are you probably do now. You just equate it to your imagination.
Yeah. Ooh, that's interesting.
That's a whole nother.
I gotta think about it.
Seriously, because I have them I have them on back order or on pre-order, but I ordered these past life cards, like oracle cards.
Oh, that's a thing.
So yes, somebody created some, but they're always sold out. So I had to order another set of this like batch. So I'm waiting to be notified, but I want to just see what they do because I know that I've tapped into that shit with other people and they've gone to see certain people that's all they do is past life regression. And I have verbatim told them exactly what they've been told in these other therapy sessions.
Oh my gosh.
So I know there's something there. It's just a matter of, just trusting like I do with everything else.
Yeah.
And knowing that information always comes forward at a time when it's necessary. Our souls are just these beams of light, these little orbs, and we happen to get these earthly human meat suits right now. Some things get dog suits, some get cat suits, and just whatever that life entails. That's like whatever that life assigns. I guess that's what their suit, their costume's going to entail.
I love meat suit. It's like one of my favorite things to say.
I mean, what else is it called? That's what it is.
It's so great.
I mean, shit. That's what it is. But it's like it's hard to talk to people about the stuff that don't get it.
Yeah, it is really hard.
And you can't be everything to everybody. But I was one of those people. I still, just like you, like sometimes I'm skeptical about the information that I download because I'm like, how could I know this? But then you think about the information and after you process it, you also say to yourself, there's no fucking way you could have known this. This isn't random. This isn't just a random name or a situation. I mean, like the things that I see are down to inside houses that I've never been in, that don't exist. Like I can tell you what color mirror was on the wall and where the husband used to drink coffee at the table every morning and read the paper, like shit like that. Like I'm almost like I'm eavesdropping into the history of somebody's life, like their past. And it always ends up being useful information. It always ends up being something that is significant to the person that I'm talking to or that spirit connects me to. Because I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to and I never know who's going to come through. And I don't ever know any of the people I talk to in terms of their personal life. They're all referrals or they're people like you and I where we just connect, but I didn't know anything about your life.
Yeah.
That's why mediums can't read family members.
Oh,
because you can't decipher what's coming through and what you might have in your memory bank. So for people that let's say for people that find me like on social or whatever, I don't know them. I still don't know them. And I make it a point to never follow anybody because I don't want to know anything about them. I don't want to have any reason to feel like what I'm getting is not happening at that moment. I don't want to feel like I'm ever recalling something I might have seen.
Yeah, you'd be gaslighting yourself all day.
Yeah. So, and it's like so much for validation, man. So I stay away from all of it. The only thing I usually get, they'll say, hey, it's usually, like I said, a referral. They'll say, hey, so-and-so is looking for a medium. I talked about you. Can I share your number? And I'm always like, please share it. Pass my information along. Because again, I'm always available when the time is right for me. You know, when I'm open, that's when people call. When I'm busy with life and summer and stuff like that, I was just like, man, Spirit, you haven't needed me. But that's just why Spirit hasn't needed me.
Yeah.
There's other people that, you know, when I'm not busy, that, you know, I'll take over. And when I'm busy, they take over. So
you need a break. Everyone needs a break.
You can't reset if you don't take a break, right?
Yeah. I've been getting that message shouted in my face quite clearly for the past couple months, but
I mean, we have to listen, and sometimes we're gonna keep getting hit in the head until finally we act.
Well, then it forces you. Like, we were gonna record last Tuesday. The internet where I was down, and you were having issues on your end. I had guys
doing trees and shit.
Yeah,
and cutting down
I needed a break. I had just picked up my dog's ashes, and I was trying to work that day. Like, who? So. Universe forced me to take a break, and you were fine with it. I mean, everything worked out. We're here now.
I know. I was totally fine with it. And you know what's weird? I even thought, man, as soon as I saw them coming up the driveway, I was like, oh my God. I was like, this can't be happening. And then I'm like, when we started talking, I was like, you know what? This is exactly what's supposed to happen. Yeah. So, you know, again, that goes back to just trusting and not trying to fight it and say, oh, well, we can do it this time. No, you just let it be what it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And just know that it's not right now.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. And look, now here we are.
Now I'm feeling much better today.
Yeah.
Much more bubbly than I probably would have been.
See, and that's what it's about. You just got to do it in the right time. Timing's everything.
Yes.
I believe that Spirit puts the right people in our paths when we both need something from each other. It's not just about me helping somebody. It's about somebody also giving something to me in return that I didn't realize I needed.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure a lot of validation too, that like what information you're getting is right.
And I think that is the information, and that's what I need. That's what I get out of this in terms of just being able to understand, because I have to go through somebody else's pain. I have to relive all that shit with them. And some of this stuff is not pretty. I mean, just like a doctor with a specialty, for whatever reason, mine are always suicides and overdoses. Those are like the big ones.
Wow.
And I know why, because I could have easily been one of those people. And I truly believe I was one of those lives in one of my past lives. So I can understand and I can relate. And for whatever reason, it doesn't, some of the scenes that I have to go back and see, I mean, girl, it's almost like somebody's showing me a picture from, some of these are like from homicide files in my brain.
Oh, that's
like
hard.
Shit that no one should ever see, but they always zone in on that one specific piece of that picture. Maybe I can see it from afar, but it's just for a split second so they can tell me what I'm supposed to tell the family. And there is that right there is just what I can describe down to the color of the room that I'm in and what the person was wearing when they were found. Like, that to me is unequivocal proof that we don't end here. Like, somebody is still communicating from the other side. I mean, no different than like fucking aliens, man. They think the same thing about aliens. What if this is like just another version of like a fucking alien? I don't know.
Yeah, everyone's on a different level.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like we're vibrating on different, we're functioning in different frequencies, in different vibrations.
I heard the other day, I don't remember where I heard it, that we're like as a planet are vibrating higher than we used to. And so everyone's like, well, what are we going to like start vibrating at like the same as another dimension and like merge?
This is what I'm hearing. Like, it's crazy. And I've been like, these are like theories and shit that I've kind of always thought, like, just as I've thought about this weird, like Neil deGrasse type shit.
Yeah. I love him.
I do too. It's just so fascinating. If you think of how we've evolved as people, right? Even technology. Now they're finding like apparently aliens are among us. Like, dude, we're too fucking stupid for them to take their time and be like, God, they see us and they're crashing because they're like these fucking idiots. They're, you know what I mean? Seriously, we're causing them to have accidents because we're just fucking idiots. And I truly believe that we are constantly evolving, and there are certain people that are becoming more self-aware because I think religion is in some parts becoming not a thing. It's being replaced with spiritualism and wellness. and new age and mysticism and things that make people actually feel better. You know, because it's energy and it's changing the course of your thought and your words. And if you get in deep enough, people that are on the outside that don't get that whole transformation of the mind start to view this as, oh God, they joined a cult. It's weird. But that's no different than us looking at like Heaven's Gate, where they all thought they were going to ride a comet to the fucking planets and shit to heaven. You know, they all had their own version, but this is different because if you think of what speaking to people on the other side is doing, or these people that are becoming self-aware and saying, you know what, I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that my thoughts and my words will change the course of my path. The thing is, people are starting to truly believe that. So there's a shift in the type of humans that are being bred, I guess. I mean, it sounds weird, but we're evolving into a different version of mankind.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's really cool to kind of like be in the middle of and see like both sides, really.
I mean, one day the people that followed certain trends or certain religious, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say like cultures and stuff, but just people that were programmed to believe certain things their entire lives generationally, I think are going to start to replace those traditional ideologies with things that are more focused on self-awareness and just what brings overall well-being and happiness to me as a person. Because I did all this other bullshit and all my family members did all this other bullshit for all these years. And guess what? Everybody still died.
Yeah.
At least now, die knowing that there's possibility that there's something else instead of being trapped in this programmed mindset of this is what you're supposed to believe because this is what our family has always believed. And I think more people are breaking the mold. I think that's why there's that shift that you're talking about.
Yeah. It's so
And it's awesome.
It's so cool.
It is. Because people are not feeling like they're confined to follow the societal norms. People are actually using their voices because they can. And people are speaking out against things that they don't believe in. And social media is behind that because now we are actually seeing things in real time that in the 80s, in the 70s, the 60s, even the 90s, like we weren't seeing, like we see now. I mean, everything is in your face. Like, good luck to these people trying to fucking like get away with crimes and shit. Because guess what, bitch? They gonna find you.
Everything is on camera now.
Everything. DNA, man. All of it.
Everywhere.
Like, you can't deny science. And I just feel like it's only going to keep shifting. I mean, pretty soon we're going to, like, there's this movie. There's this movie I want to see. It's an independent film and it's called Jules. And it's about this alien that visits. He crashes into this man's backyard. It's got like an all-star cast.
Aww.
And he ends up living with this guy and they become like best of friends. I only watched the trailer, but I was like, dude, this shit's fucking going to happen one day.
I hope
like,
so.
This shit's going to happen one day. But right now, I mean, we're just still too dumb. We're too dumb. They can't waste their time. It's like us giving energy to people that are like energy vampires.
Yeah, it's like arguing with someone over the internet who's just a troll.
Exactly.
Sucking your energy.
Exactly. It's not worth our time until we evolve to a more, less dumbass human.
Yeah. Come on, guys, evolve faster. Jeez, it's not that hard.
I know. It's like, come on, don't be so stupid. Like, just don't be dumb. Like, let's just all fucking be smart.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we move on to this little story I have for you? This little ghost story that should be very fitting.
So excited.
Okay. So today I'm going to tell you about the Hotel Sorrento. Have you heard of it?
Wow. No.
Okay.
Tell me more.
I'll tell you all about it. The Hotel Sorrento opened in 1909 and is the oldest hotel in Seattle, Washington. Have you been to Seattle?
I haven't, but I was trying to think if that's the same hotel my husband stayed at, but it wasn't.
Oh, well, you'll get to see a picture of it in a second.
Okay.
I think can I text you a link?
Yes, I want to see it. Yes. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to see what comes to me. Like, this is amazing. I don't know anything. I don't want to look at it yet.
Oh, yeah. Should I not send you
I don't
want to
look. Don't send it to me because I've never heard of this.
Okay.
I'm just going to see what I get in my head, in my download. All I know is there's this woman. I keep seeing this one woman. I keep seeing a woman. So I don't know if there's a woman tied to this. So I'm going to write this down.
Oh, yes. Oh, I didn't even think of doing this.
Yeah, I didn't either. But all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I don't want to know anything. I just want to see if any of this is validated. Because we're sitting here talking about like, am I crazy or is this like random? Because you know the details. Mm-hmm. I don't. Okay. This is weird. And again, God, I always get so nervous because I don't know if what I'm seeing and what I'm like automatically downloading is my imagination or if it's real.
We're going to find out.
Exactly. Okay. So there's a woman. God, and I don't know why I keep seeing like a rope or something. I don't know if there's somebody hanging or has something to do with a rope. So I'm going to write down that too. And I keep seeing like red carpet. I don't know how many details we'll have, but you know what? This is all going to make sense. I know it will. Okay, that's what I have right now. And I can actually see the woman. I don't even know if there's a woman. Well, maybe we'll figure out who this is. This woman has dark hair. Okay, I'm just going to write this down because you know what? Maybe it's not about this story. Maybe this is somebody that's going to end up hearing this and be like, oh my God, that's my mom.
Maybe.
That's the shit that happens. You never know.
Well, it could relate though.
Okay, hang on. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'm just going to see what else comes to me.
So the Hotel Sorrento was designed in an Italian style, even being called an Italian oasis or a honeymoon hotel or even most romantic hotel. So I don't know, but I don't know if it has red carpets. We can definitely look into it.
Dude, we'll find pictures though. Yeah. There's got to be history. There's something here.
But when you said red carpet, I was like, ooh, that sounds like, like rose petals, like romance kind of.
Yeah.
The hotel was the first to have a rooftop restaurant, and the Seattleites back then just really loved everything about this place. But the building's looming exterior gives off more of an ominous vibe rather than oasis. I mean, give a place a few different owners, multiple renovations, and over 100 years, and it too can become haunted.
No, absolutely. So true, dude. You start fucking up walls and shit, and they're like, slow down.
So this building does look very looming and ominous.
I don't want to see it yet. Does it? Okay. Does it look like a picture that's taken in like the wintertime or the fall? Can you tell in this picture? Are the colors muted?
I think they might be like black and white.
Oh, okay. It's a black and white. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let me see now. I want to see what I get. Because this is like, all I see now are like crows everywhere too. It sounds very much like, ooh. I can't wait to see this. I'm making notes too all over here. I just wrote with my left hand. I don't know why. And it looks like scribble.
You're not left-handed, are you?
No, I'm writing with my left hand and I just wrote crows with my left hand and I wrote a name.
Okay. I'm sending you the picture right now. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't it look like looming?
It really does. It almost looks like a prison.
Yeah. But they really loved it. It was really a classy place, romantic, Italian style, but it just from the outside does not look like it. And I will definitely post a picture of it for everyone else to see.
Definitely does not look romantic to me. It looks more asylum-ish.
Yeah.
Or technically, if you look at it, it looks like it could be like a Wynn or like one of those hotels in Vegas if it was surrounded by all the high rises because of the angle of it. So I could see kind of like what they were going for.
Yeah. But it looks creepy, especially in a black and white photo too.
They definitely did not nail that shot.
So now I'm going to go on and tell you about the haunting.
Yes.
A ghostly woman peruses the garden and the halls. She is also known to flicker lights and move drinks around.
What the fucking fuck? I said woman. What did I say?
You did.
Jesus Christ.
It is about a woman.
Oh my God.
So she likes to hang out around a specific room. Do you want to guess the room number?
Is it the second floor? Like 2 something?
No, it's room 408.
Oh my God. That was my second guess. I was like, how many floors is this place? Okay, 408. Okay.
Yeah, she likes to hang out around room 408. A couple of employees went to the room and heard breathing in there, but nobody was in there. So I don't know if that could be like an air issue, but a lot of the times air conditioners or heaters or whatever don't sound like breathing. So I don't know if you could confuse that.
Dude, you can't confuse breathing with an AC, man.
It's pretty specific.
There's no way. Yeah. And if you think about it, your instincts, like your fight or flight is kicking in because you know something's off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it was like an air problem, you would probably just notice right off the bat and be like, oh, you could point it out pretty easily.
Exactly.
You might even hear lovely piano music coming from the completely empty penthouse suite. I want to go to the penthouse suite.
Dude, I want to go sit out and I want to spend the night in the penthouse suite.
Yes. If there's a piano in there, it's got to be really cool.
Dude, you know I'm going to tear that shit up. I'll be in there like serenading those ghosts.
Unless maybe there's not a piano in there, but people are just hearing a piano that's not there.
That'd be even more creepy.
Ooh, I don't know for sure.
Maybe there was a piano there because it's a hotel.
Yeah, it could have been.
They always have a piano in like the lounge or like the grand ballroom or whatever that, you know.
Yeah. Front desk staff have felt as if someone was there needing help. Like they kind of were looking, probably off doing something else. And they felt like, when you feel like someone's standing there at the desk waiting only to look up and find that no one was there.
Yeah, that's creepy, dude.
But later on the security camera footage, they saw a blur go past the front desk. So something was there. You just couldn't see it.
See, that's why they always say if you think you see something out of the corner of your eye or you feel it, like, dude, you did.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, man.
Because I've had like a lot of bugs and things in the corners of my eye. And like, I feel like I always just know when it's a bug. But there's sometimes like I'll see something out of the corner of my eye and that looks like the same as if it were a bug. But I know like it's not a bug.
Yeah. See, I'll walk down the hall, like through the hallway past rooms. And every now and then I feel like in the corner of my eye when I walk past the living room, because there's a catty corner to go from my bedroom to the bathroom in the hall. I have to walk past the living room and I always imagine, like I say imagine, but in my mind's eye, like if I'm looking, there's just a tall man standing there.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't see him again like I see you. I just see an empty space. But as I'm scanning the room, that empty space becomes this image in my mind of the man standing in that space I just scanned. Like I just know somebody's there.
Wow.
But I'm not tripped out about it anymore because I've had people validate who's been in the house. So
okay.
I know that it's not anybody to be afraid of, but it's still unnerving. You don't want to, wake up, and I always get up and I walk to the kitchen just to see what time it is. And I don't know why I do that because all I have to do is just look at my phone. I just realized that.
Yeah, why do you do that?
God, that's fucking weird. I don't know.
Something wants you in the kitchen.
It's weird, but I always go in there and look at the clock on the microwave and the stove, and it's always like 3:00 or 3:03 or 2:48. And I'm like, God damn it. Come on, man. I just want to sleep. And so I knew this week was going to be, the end of last week, I knew it was going to be a spirit week. I could feel it. I knew this week was going to be a spirit week because I've been off duty for a minute.
Yeah. Now you're back.
So now now I'm back. And it's like, dang, man, there's a line. It's crazy.
There's a line.
A line meaning like
there's
a ghost line. They're like, man, we've been like, it's like, but I know everybody needs to say something because I'm available again. Because now that, again, like school's going to be back in session, I'm available. So now I can get back to, be in the Weedium.
Yeah. I was just picturing the other day while I was waiting at the pharmacy and they take a lunch break. So there was a line, like a minute before they open. There was like a line already waiting outside for them to open. That's like with you.
Same thing. It's like they're waiting. It's like everybody wants to be first. Get in and get out. Get their messages
Your lunch
across.
break is over.
Exactly. But yeah, so interesting, this woman.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about the woman, actually. So all of this seems pretty spooky, but most people at the hotel seem to have a pretty good relationship with this spirit. They even host a dinner featuring recipes from her cookbook because that's right. They know exactly who this ghost is, and she happens to have a pretty famous cookbook. In 1954, the Alice B. Toklas cookbook introduced a very special brownie recipe called hashish fudge to homes all across America. So she didn't invent, but she introduced weed brownies to Americans.
She's a fucking legend, man.
She's amazing.
Wow.
And I had never heard of her before today. You might have.
I've never heard of her.
No,
but how did I know it was a fucking woman, man?
Because you know things.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh my God.
So Alice is described in most of the articles on this particular subject as a marijuana activist. But just a quick aside, she is so much more. We'll circle back to that at the end. She lived in Seattle for just a very short time, near where the hotel would be, about 10 years later. The strange thing is, no one really thinks she actually visited the hotel while she was amongst the living anyway. And she passed away in Paris. So it's kind of a question on why she's haunting this hotel.
You know what happens okay, so she visited there though, right? She spent time there.
Yeah, she lived near there, and they think that she might have hung out because she lived apparently on the same block. So she might have hung out somewhere that was there.
That was that was her hood, man. That was like her stomping ground.
Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that.
That was it.
Because that was the exact words in the article that someone used.
There you go.
Those were her stomping grounds. I was like, I know she's going to say it.
There you go. She is still there because they always stick around at the places that they felt so happy. And she loved always meeting new people and being surrounded by you think of all the different people that came and went. Just a fascinating myriad of people, I'm sure.
And I don't know what was there before the hotel, so it could have been anything there. So
all I know is if that's the case, her energy still roams that vicinity for, and even if she lived down the street, she lived probably close enough to where she could get there, like walk there. So again,
that's an interesting place to be for sure. Like you said, it's a hotel, so there's a lot of different people around.
And if you look at the picture, it's kind of isolated in a way. It's very like people come there for a specific reason.
I'm not sure what it looks like now because I know that's an older photo, but it is like on the top of a hill and
kind of like a nice lookout, area. Like a Yeah.
And if she's up in the penthouse suite, I don't know. I don't know if she played piano.
I mean, God, man, if it's there, or she maybe she just tinkered or she just liked it. Who knows?
Yeah, liked piano music. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking like something maybe, even though she only lived in Seattle a short time, like something obviously really significant and special had to have happened to her there for her to come back.
Yeah. What do we know about her in terms of like any history on her?
So I have a little bit. I'll go through this and then we can talk maybe a little bit more about it. Oh, I was thinking maybe one time somebody there tried her weed brownies and
maybe that's where she ended
up. That's why she returns.
Or what if this ended up being like this whole, what year was this again?
So she lived there in like around 1944.
Okay, think about this. Think about like, that's illegal. What if the hotel was like her fucking like I know people that were in the drug game, they would go to like the fancy like the W hotel and drop off like bags of cash and shit like when the weed game before the weed game was legal, and that's where all their clientele were. So maybe the hotel was like her clientele for the brownies.
Yeah. I don't know. It was built 10 years after she was there though, so I'm not sure.
But,
unless like someone else was doing that there and she kind of like smelled the weed and gravitated towards this place.
Maybe she was just a fucking stoner and happened to have some in her bag when she stayed there one day and got high with somebody in the fucking courtyard. And next thing you know, that's what her legacy is.
So I didn't go deep into the rabbit hole that is Alice B. Toklas, but for anyone interested, it's really, really worth it. She did have a fascinating life even before all of the pot brownie business. So much so that her life partner, Gertrude Stein, thought Alice needed an autobiography so bad that she wrote one for her.
You know what's crazy? Her last name is Toklas.
Yeah.
We toked the J, yo. We toked the
know.
Joy. Dude,
I was like, is that where that comes from?
That's what I'm wondering. God,
I don't know.
Who knows? How appropriate would that be, though? Oh, she looks like a stoner. Straight up hippie ass stoner, man. She died in March of 1967. Oh my God, listen to this. You're right. She had a real mustache. Not
what?
Didn't you say something about a mustache? Like, what were you talking about? We were talking about a mustache. Maybe it wasn't her. Listen to this. Did Alice B. Toklas have a mustache? She had a real mustache, not the kind that old women often grow, but the sturdy kind which started when she was first going into adolescence.
Whoa.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, I guess she had a lot of she had a lot of famous friends.
Yeah. I really want to read her autobiography.
I do too.
That was written for her, which is so funny to me.
I know, right? But hey, her partner wrote it. Who?
She was like, your life story needs to be told.
Seriously.
So clearly it's interesting.
God, that's what I'm saying. That's so crazy.
I love the picture of them and their dog.
I know. Look at all this. I know.
So cute.
Yeah. See, she must be on the left because look, you can see a little, a mustache, a sturdy mustache, like they said.
Yeah, that didn't even come up in any of my research, but I didn't dive deep into her history because it's, it's a ghost podcast.
Yeah,
so,
no, but it's interesting though. Now I'm wondering, what is the hotel? What is it called? The Sorrento?
Yeah, Sorrento. Hotel Sorrento.
Hotel Sorrento, Seattle. Wow, it is okay. Yeah, it talks about Alice, but I'm also wondering, like, why did I think somebody got hung or something?
I mean, hotels are notorious for people.
But this looks like a fancy hotel.
Yeah. But fancy people have problems.
No, you're right. You're right.
I was trying to look at the inside.
That's what I'm looking at now. I'm trying to find pictures. Oh, wow. Okay. They're all black and white, obviously, but so I can't see if there's a red carpet.
They do have a website for now. I think they've remodeled a bunch of times though. So who knows?
I was even trying to see if maybe back in the 70s or the 60s, maybe the color of the hotel was different, but
it is like a brick.
Dude, it is kind of reddish even on the inside. Look at the inside.
I see some of those like big red carpets.
Yeah, there's red carpets and all the furniture is like this red.
I mean, that goes with I feel like Italian theme.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe that's why I saw red. I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
That was really cool. I loved that you knew that it was about a woman.
That's the first person I saw. And I said dark hair. And I'm trying to see.
Yeah, you did say dark hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did she have dark hair? Like I'm trying to find. Okay, I'm trying to look for a picture of her again.
The pictures looked like it anyway. I mean, they were black and white.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, she had dark hair. It wasn't blonde. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's so cool, man.
As indie podcasters, we love to show our support of other awesome shows. So stay tuned for the promo we've got to share with you this week.
Let's show them some love. You can find their info in our show notes.
Hi, I'm Dawn Brody, a comedian with a history degree and the host of the podcast HILF, History I'd Like to Fuck. Each episode, I am joined by a new guest who has brought me a subject from history that they want to know more about. Then I hit the books, I dig deep in the annals, and stimulate. We've covered Frankenstein, Houdini, Joan of Arc, Pompeii, the Salem witch trials, right? Join us and find out for yourself that history is a party and everybody's coming.
You guys, we're back.
And don't worry, we did get more wine.
Well, of course.
Well, should we do some tarot?
Yes, let's do some tarot.
You have a deck and I have a deck.
Yes, I have mine right here. Hello.
Should we do one at the same time or?
Yes, let's do that. Are we going to do what are we going to do? Like one card? What do you want to do?
We usually just do one, but like whatever you're feeling, you can do. I'm not skilled enough to pull more than one usually.
No, we're going to pull one because that's perfect. And then it's like, we're just going to see what they say. Okay, let's see if this is, I want to see if this is Alice.
Coming out.
Alice. Oh, did one fall out?
Yeah, one came out.
Okay, what did you get?
I got 6 of something. They're blunts. I forget that this is a different type of deck.
Oh, I was about to ask, are you using the weed deck?
Yeah, I'm using the weed deck.
Awesome. Amazing.
So I got the 6 of joints, which I don't know what that translates to.
Is that the 6 of cups, maybe? The 6 of joints? The 6 of swords, maybe?
Oh, it's that or it's wands.
Oh, wands. I think it could be wands. That seems like more of like a wand than a sword.
I think it might be a wand.
Okay, that sounds about right. Very Harry Potter-ish.
Yeah. Okay, 6 of wands. What did you get?
I'm still shuffling. Okay, here we go.
I know I didn't have to shuffle very long because it just like, whoop.
Yours fell out.
Yeah.
I pulled memories of love. We just talked about the things that she enjoyed. And we talk about now Gertrude wrote this book for her partners, Memories of Love. I feel like maybe this book is going to be talking about a lot of their relationship.
Yeah.
Her autobiography or whatever it was. Yeah. Oh, Memories of Love.
That's so sweet. I love that. I'm still trying to find out what my little book says because I don't know off the top of my head what they mean.
I'm going to see what else she's saying. Like, if this is her, how do we validate? Yeah. Like, are you happy on the other side? Do you just stick around because you love this place? Let's see. Shadow.
Ooh.
Shadow. Roaming the halls. Shadow. Shadow is reflection of your former self. She likes to roam these halls because it reflects on her past life.
Aww.
She likes to be in this area because it takes her back to these moments that were really, really significant in her life. Her probably just finding herself too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, I'm so interested to read. I wonder if her time in Seattle is in the book. I'm not sure. Because I know she was only there for a really short time.
Yeah. And even if it was for a short time, obviously it made an impact enough to where people think that's her in the hallways.
Yeah.
I believe it's her. Like, I don't.
And they must like see her to know who it is. Or I guess it could also just be a knowing.
Yeah, but I think also too, if there are people that see. So there's probably somebody who has validated this is what they look like enough to where you know who we're talking about. You know what I mean?
I'm also kind of getting the sense that since she is so celebrated there now, just because people think she's there and they do dinners cooking stuff out of her cookbook, like now she's definitely going to be around no matter if she was there before or not, because people are there like worshiping her, celebrating her,
I know,
giving her offerings basically.
This is, if you think about it, she's leading pop culture now. If you think of like this is the whole new movement, this whole new free weed, living life. Like she stood for this back then when it was totally against every rule. Like you get locked up for this shit.
Yeah. Especially as a woman.
Yes. As a gay woman.
Yes,
even,
exactly.
In that time to just break all barriers. Like she didn't give a fuck.
No.
You can't.
No.
You can't give a fuck. Like she risked it all.
And I think that's why the card I got says #1 stoner on it. And I'll read you what the little book says. So it says 6 of joints. Who's the #1 stoner around here? It's you. It's Alice.
That's amazing.
In the victory you're experiencing is well earned and well noted. Ooh. Any spoils it brings, wealth, fame, recognition, are all yours to enjoy. Those around you know you deserve this. Let them celebrate you too.
Oh
I literally, God. I didn't read this before I said what I said.
Amazing.
That is so
cool that she's speaking to us through the weed language, man.
Oh, thanks, Alice.
Thanks, Alice. This has been real, man.
Yeah, we're here to celebrate you. Yes. Someday we'll visit the Sorrento.
Yes, we will. We'll have to see if we can
hashish brownies.
Bring you some new grade edibles, new technology these days.
Yeah. How crazy would it be to her that we just like walk into a store now and can buy an edible brownie?
She's probably like it's probably like unfathomable to her. Yeah. Like that's even like a thing. It's like, what do you mean? It's legal? You can actually buy this shit? Because I feel like she would be like that. Like, can you believe this shit? Like, I feel like she was gritty. I feel like she was just gritty.
Yeah.
Like ballsy. I mean, you got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's just crazy.
I love seeing all these awesome people that came before us help to change change us into what we are now. And then we're, we talked about it earlier, trying to roll the ball forward even more.
Yeah, it's about being innovative and changing, not trying to influence change, but truly be the change.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we can all, it's power in numbers. And if all of us that advocate for cannabis and weed and to me, it's a healthier lifestyle than alcohol. That's my personal preference.
For sure.
I feel like there would just be a lot more happy people in the world if they would just be open-minded and not stick to these things in their mind where they equate weed to some horrible stigma.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking pot smoking mom, and guess what? I am productive as all hell.
Right.
I get shit done. I don't fuck around.
Exactly. On that note, you also have a podcast.
I do. And you're actually my second episode if I could get the music finished for it.
I'm so excited. So, yeah, yes, I did have a reading with Shannon, and it was a lot of waterworks, a lot of crying, intense. A lot of healing.
Yeah, man, it just is healing for me because it's validation. But again, the people that come through always come through at the right time. And it's always the people we need to hear from, whether we realize that's who we needed to hear from or not. We don't know.
Yeah.
But it always makes sense.
Yeah, I had a surprise one where I was like, oh my God, not to sound weird, but I kind of forgot that person had passed away because it was traumatic. So, your mind tries to block things out. And yeah, so that one popped through and I was like, oh my God, I never would have thought to ask to talk to this person.
And that's why I can never guarantee that the people that my clients want to talk to are going to be the people that come through. Cause I don't know any of these people until I meet them for the first time when they step through the veil, and they meet me and they're like, okay, we're here. Let's go. What do we do?
Yeah.
But I mean, man, it's I still can't. I still have a hard time even wrapping my mind around any of this.
Yeah, it is a lot. But we're just go with the flow.
Exactly. But even though I even know us talking about Alice, I know she's with us. I know she's here with us because who of all things? Why? How? Why? You have weed cards all of a sudden. You sent me a reading. You pulled my cards for me when you first got it. It's and then now you're talking about Alice. And I mean, come on. I mean, this is amazing. It all happens the way it's supposed to. This is so cool. This has been awesome. This is so fucking cool.
Thanks for coming on with me. It was really, really fun. Do you have anything else you want to plug? Wait, your podcast is called Convos with the Dead.
Oh, it's
right?
Convos with the Dead. It's on iHeartMedia. It's on Spotify. If you just Google Convos with the Dead or the Weedium Shannon Rock or whatever, it'll come up. It's also on my Instagram, just the Weedium, at the Weedium. Or at Shanny Rock, SHANNYROC.
Yeah. And we'll link to anything that you have so people can find you easy.
Yeah. And then you have to, when you're in LA, I have my other podcast, Puffin' on the Patio, where I'm actually making I'm going to be touring different patios. And we're going to set up on everybody else's patio. Oh my
gosh, that sounds so fun.
And I want to puff from everybody's patio. So I might have to make a trip out your way and we're going to have to puff on the balcony.
Yeah, you got to bring a patio with you because I don't have one.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go find one. We might be puffing in the park behind a bush. I don't care, but we're going to get some content.
Yes, I would love to. Have a creepy ass day.
If you loved listening to that tarot reading and you want to see it, become a member of our Patreon, where a video of every tarot reading is uploaded with the ad-free version of the episode each week.
Those videos often have a lot of extras that we cut out of the regular episode, especially this one. There is a pretty funny thing in the beginning of this tarot reading video that is not going to be in the episode. And I think people are going to like it.
Do I get to watch it?
Yeah, it's in the. Are you a Patreon member?
I mean, I am. And if you're wondering, what is Patreon? It's a monthly subscription with a range of price points and benefits. Every member gets a personalized welcome card, a shout out in an upcoming episode, exclusive bonus episodes and extra content, and so much more. And also, You're helping me live the dream of someday being able to maybe, perchance, partake.
Oh, it was like, in what? Because I'm stoned and I forgot. Oh, boy. Well, Caitlin, you forgot the most important part. The mini tarot reading that comes in your welcome card. Oh, my God.
No. Still you. Still you.
I remembered it, though.
Yeah,
and you did not. And that's the first time that's ever happened.
It's true.
So you're welcome.
Thank you.
What's next? If you can't support us monetarily, no worries, because the easiest ways to support are absolutely free.
Tell everyone and anyone you come into contact with about us. That's also free. Or you can leave us a 5-star review on any platform, but preferably Apple.
Tell all of the people at your local weed store is what I call it. The weed store. I just call it the weed store. Tell those people about us because maybe they'll like this episode.
Yeah, they might be our people.
They probably are.
Yeah.
If you have any true crime, paranormal, weed, or witchy stories to submit for our listener appreciation episodes, Creepy People Chronicles, please email us at pnwhauntsandhomicides@gmail.com or use our handy Google contact link in the episode description.
Deep breath. You know what I just realized, Cassie?
What?
Chronicle. Like chronic.
Oh, did you just realize that?
Yeah.
Because I was realizing it the other day.
We're hilarious.
I really was, because I was thinking like maybe we can do some sort of like
Creepy People
Chronicle something, you know?
That would be so much fun for you guys.
It got the wheels a-turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to remain anonymous, like if you don't want your job to know that you did a thing.
Yeah. If it's a weed story, you can be anonymous.
You can be anonymous no matter what. And remember, they do not have to be from the Pacific Northwest if you'd like to share.
Follow us on all of the socials if you don't want to miss out on photos of the tarot cards, our beautiful altar setups, a lot of backstage shenanigans, sometimes really sad dog videos. It's fine.
Okay, but to be fair, though, we are following up the sad dog video stuff with Stony Baloney goodness.
It's true.
So you can find our website or our link tree, which also links to our website, in the description of this episode to check out all of the fun that we have to offer.
It's a roller coaster of fun.
A roller coaster?
Oh. Roll her? I don't even know her. Oh.
I'm going to need more wine.
Dude, I'm riding my little magic carpet right now. Like it's like I'm floating in the clouds.
Ooh.
It's amazing.
If you're a frequent PNW Haunts and Homicides listener, you probably already know we're Birdie ambassadors.
We wanted to take a quick moment to tell you a little bit more about this awesome product.
Birdie is the modern personal safety alarm made for women by women.
In a situation where you feel threatened or unsafe, you can simply activate Birdie's loud siren and flashing light to create a diversion.
Birdie is perfect to carry anytime because the device is lightweight and comes in a variety of colors.
So important. Use our ambassador link and coupon code PNW Haunts and Homicides to receive 10% off your purchase. Like our social media handles, the coupon code is all spelled out, no special characters.
You can find the link and promo code in our show notes or PNW Haunts and Homicides link tree.
Have a safe ass day.